Thank you so much, sir, for your warm speech. And like Rajesh sir just mentioned, today we have a fantastic lineup of event plans, including engaging panel discussions with some of the industry's most talented bartenders and bar owners. This conference is all about you, the heart and soul of every great bar experience. Whether you're here to share your knowledge, learn from your peers, or simply soak in the vibrant atmosphere, we hope this afternoon will inspire you and enrich your professional journey. Now, let's get ready to shake things up. We would like to now begin with the first session, and before I invite him on stage, I'd like to introduce him. Well, he's someone who has been supporting Nepali bars and bartenders. With over 2 decades of experience, he is a renowned mixologist and a true legend in the world of bartending. With exceptional talent for creating innovative cocktails, his bar, Sidecar, is 18th on the list of Asia's 50 Best Bars 2023 and has earned accolades for its unique and captivating drinks. His journey is a testament to his passion and dedication. He has redefined the cocktail scene in India with his creative flair and expertise, putting it on the global map. His commitment to the craft and ability to inspire others make him a beloved figure in the industry. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Yangdup Lama.
First of all, good afternoon and namaste everyone. My name is Yangdup Lama, and I'm really privileged, honored to be here on stage and share a little bit of what I've learned over the years from a bartender point of view, from a hospitality professional point of view. And it's such a wonderful, great gathering out here because we have young bartenders, we have senior bartenders, we have people from the liquor industry, especially Smirnoff, and great amount of support that has come from everybody, every stakeholder in the beverage industry here in Nepal. So it's a great privilege and an honor to be here. And what I thought when I was first asked to do a small little session for about 20 minutes and speak to the upcoming bartenders, the future bar managers and the future bar owners of this country, I just thought that I would start and address the same with the very basics of what our industry is all about. And what I'm going to do is also combine a little bit of both English as well as Nepali. And I take a lot of pride in the fact that I can speak Nepali and be able to relate to each one of you in the local language. So it's such a beautiful occasion to be a part of. So मेरो journey चाहिँ 1995 मा start भएको in India as a hotel management graduate from the Hyatt hotels. अनि मैले चाहिँ whenever I tell people, when I speak to people about my journey and how it all started, I always say that I've been an accidental bartender. किन भन्दाखेरि म चाहिँ just like most of you young people, मैले पनि start गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ दार्जिलिङको सानो गाउँबाट कलकत्तामा होटल म्यानेजमेन्ट गरेर दिल्ली पुग्दाखेरि चाहिँ बार्टेन्डिङको बारेमा चाहिँ मलाई पनि केही पनि थाहा थिएन, हस्पिटालिटीको बारेमा पनि खासै केही थाहा थिएन, अनि एकाडेमिक्समा पनि म त्यति राम्रो स्टुडेन्ट चाहिँ होइन, म्याथ्स पनि मेरो राम्रो थिएन, फिजिक्स पनि केमिस्ट्री पनि, त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ मैले होटल म्यानेजमेन्ट चुज गरेको, किन भन्दाखेरि खाना बनाउनु त जसरी पनि मिलिहाल्छ होला भनेर चाहिँ द्याट इज हाउ इट अल स्टार्टेड. तर इन्सिडेन्टली मैले फर्स्ट जब स्टार्ट गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ वेन आई वाज सेन्ट टु द बार, अनि मलाई त्यो ओभरअल इन्भाइरोमेन्ट चाहिँ निकै रमाइलो लाग्नु थाल्यो. इट स्टार्टेड टु ग्रो विदिन मी. अनि त्यसरी चाहिँ आई एक्चुली डेभलप द्याट इन्ट्रेस्ट टुवर्ड्स bartending, cocktails, and then from there onwards it was never looking back. Ani यो 27-28 years को journey मा चाहिँ अब there were ups and downs. त्यहाँनेरि सबै टाइम रमाइलो भयो मात्रै भन्ने पनि कुरा आउँदैन. There were a lot of difficulties as well, right from internal dirty politics पनि हुन्छ हैन इस्टाब्लिशमेन्ट भित्र. त्यहाँदेखि अब competition, stiff competition, dirty competition, good competition, कोही बेला support from the seniors, कोही बेला no support, त्यो सबै कुराहरू आउँछ. र in the process of all of this, I'm quite happy and privileged and also very lucky and blessed to be able to establish myself as a professional bartender, set up India's first bartender-led bar. Prior to that, in India, no, a bartender could never think of opening a bar. Apart from that, I was also privileged to be able to extend my learnings with the ever-growing hotel industry in India. So I've been associated with the Taj Group of Hotels, the ITC Hotels, and the Oberoi Group of Hotels in terms of doing extensive training. र मैले भन्नु खोजेको कुरा चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ those 27, 28 years experience चाहिँ मैले के सिक्यो त? What is the core? अनि हाम्रो आइडेन्टिटी चाहिँ कहाँबाट आउँछ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ there was only one thing that struck me all the time. And every time I speak to people, whether it is in India, whether it is going to be here in Nepal or anywhere else in the world, I always emphasize on one thing, which is the pillar of the bartending industry, which is the pillar of the hospitality industry. And that pillar is being a true hospitality professional. Hospitality भन्ने बित्तिकै चाहिँ industry होइन. Hospitality चाहिँ के हो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ it is a culture. It is something that has to flow in our blood. Hospitality needs to come from within us. And त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ I thought I will talk to you and address the first session of this afternoon by doing a small presentation on what is hospitality all about. Right? So I'm just going to start by talking about the art of hospitality. And I will start by this wonderful little phrase by one of the great writers of our times, Maya Angelou. And what she rightly said is hospitality is beautifully defined through these three sentences. उहाँले के भन्नुहुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ people will forget what you said. हैन अब हाम्रो बारमा रेस्टुरेन्टमा मान्छे आइरहेको हुन्छ नि हैन people order cocktails, कसैले food order गरिरहेको हुन्छ अनि कोही बेला हामीले एकदम genuine hospitality दिनुको लागि warm hospitality दिनुको लागि हामीले पनि how may I help you, what would you like to have, what is it that you're looking for, अब धेरैवटा basics of hospitality phrases-हरु use गरिरहेको हुन्छ हामीले राम्रो राम्रो कुराहरु सजेसन पनि गरिरहेको हुन्छ हैन so sometimes not everything is remembered. People may just forget what you said. People may remember, they may not remember. At the same time, people may also forget what you did. अब हामी पनि बारमा जति सक्दो ककटेल चाहिँ मिठै बनाएर दिने इच्छा चाहिँ त्यही हो नि त मेन के रे पर्पस चाहिँ त्यही हो तर कोही बेला राम्रै मिठो एकदम राम्रो अब probably the finest cocktail दिँदाखेरि पनि एक सिप लाएर सायद मिठो लागेको होला तर they might not be taking it with them all the time हैन मिठो cocktail भयो एकछिन कुरा गर्ला they might order a second drink but people will never forget how you made them feel. Hospitality को definition चाहिँ यो and that is the reason why मैले पनि despite of the fact that I run 2 bars, I do a lot of trainings in India, मैले whenever I come across whether it is a hotelier, whether it is a bartender, whether it is a server, I always appreciate people when they make me feel different, the impact of the person. अनि मेरो बारमा पनि whenever त्यो रिभ्युजहरु आउँछ नि हैन अनलाइन रिभ्युजहरु गेस्टले कोही बेला I went to Sidecar, I had a brilliant cocktail भन्छ कोही बेला I had a brilliant time, the atmosphere was fabulous त्यस्तो कुराहरु लेखिरहेको हुन्छ but the day somebody writes about a particular person, whether it is the bartender, whether it is the server, the next day I always go back to my bar and in the briefing I make it a point to let the person know that we are very appreciative of the service that he provided to our guest. किन भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ एउटा गेस्टले कसैको नाम लिनु भन्नुको मतलब नै the impact was so strong that that particular guest will never forget about the impact that the person had on his experience for that evening. उसले के खायो त्यो पनि बिर्सिन्छ, उसले कुन चाहिँ ककटेल पियो त्यो पनि बिर्सिन्छ तर त्यो जुन चाहिँ इम्प्याक्ट छ नि त्यो मान्छेको सर्भरको या त बारटेन्डरको या त बार म्यानेजरको त्यो चाहिँ कहिले पनि बिर्सिँदैन. So remember the last time you went to a restaurant and you felt like you were part of the restaurant. अनि अब यो चाहिँ कसरी आउँछ त हस्पिटालिटी चाहिँ कसरी आउँछ कहाँबाट आउँछ भन्ने कुरा हेर्ने हस्पिटालिटी चाहिँ हस्पिटालिटी म्यानेजमेन्ट पढेर आउँदैन. You might go to the best hotel school in the world, त्यहाँबाट hospitality आउँदैन. हस्पिटालिटी चाहिँ कहाँबाट आउँछ भन्दा गो टु ब्याक टु द बेसिक्स हामीले अनि यो कुरा मैले किन राख्न खोजेको अर्को देयर इज अनदर रिजन हाम्रो सबैको ब्याकग्राउन्ड वी आर फ्रम अ ब्याकग्राउन्ड हाम्रो सबैको कल्चरमा चाहिँ हस्पिटालिटी इज पार्ट अफ अ कल्चर एन्ड आई अलवेज से म जहाँ पनि ट्राभल गर्दाखेरि मिडल इस्ट होस् युएस होस् एभ्री टाइम आई मिट अ नेप्लिज पर्सन म जहिले पनि के भन्छ भन्दाखेरि तिम्रो त्यो जुन चाहिँ स्माइल छ नि त्यसलाई चाहिँ युज गर्ने है भनेर म जहिले पनि भन्छ क्या किनभने हाँस्नु चाहिँ हाम्रो लागि नेचुरल हो त्यो कसैले भन्नै पर्दैन होइन वार्मथ हामीलाई कसैलाई हेल्प गर्ने कसैलाई वेलकम गर्ने कसैलाई एउटा चिया या कफी या ड्रिङ्क अफर गर्ने पानी अफर गर्ने चाहिँ हाम्रोमा कल्चरली नै भएको कुरा हो होइन सो हस्पिटालिटी स्टार्ट्स फ्रम देयर इट्स द बेसिक्स अफ बिङ वार्म टु अनदर ह्युमन बिङ त्यो हस्पिटालिटीको कोर्स स्टार्ट्स फ्रम देयर इट डज नट स्टार्ट फ्रम एनिवेयर एल्स है त त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामीले हस्पिटालिटी प्र्याक्टिस गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो किताबमा लेखेको कुरा मात्रै गर्ने होइन त्यो त एक्जाम पास हुने हस्पिटालिटीको एउटा होटल म्यानेजमेन्ट कलेजमा डिग्री या डिप्लोमा लिनुको लागि मात्रै हो ट्रु हस्पिटालिटी चाहिँ प्र्याक्टिसबाट हुन्छ इट इज प्र्याक्टिस अफ हाउ टु बी पोजिटिभ प्र्याक्टिस अफ हाउ टु मेक स्योर द्याट यु आर जेन्युनली डेलिभरिङ हस्पिटालिटी अनि त्यो चाहिँ कहाँबाट आउँछ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ सबभन्दा पहिला कुरा चाहिँ तपाईँले ककटेलै बनाउँदा या त कुनै गेस्टलाई सर्भिसै गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ मोर देन द गेस्ट यु सुड बी ह्याप्पी तपाईँ नै खुसी हुनु पऱ्यो क्या म एउटा बारमा छ तर त्यो मलाई बारको इन्भाइरोमेन्टमा म नै खुसी छैन भने चाहिँ मैले कहिले पनि हस्पिटालिटी दिनै मिल्दैन मैले ककटेल बनाउँदा चाहिँ मै दुःखी भएर ककटेल बनाइरहेको कहिले पनि हस्पिटालिटी दिनै मिल्दैन खाना बनाउने सेफले पनि त्यो खाना बनाउँदाखेरि यो त जागिर त हो भनेर खाना बनायो भने त्यो खाना कहिले पनि मिठो हुनै सक्दैन तर उसले चाहिँ खुसी भएर उसको मनबाटै बनाएको खाना जुन चाहिँ हुन्छ त्यो चाहिँ उसले त्यसमा कुनै एक्जोटिक स्पाइसेस एक्जोटिक फ्लेभरिङ्स सिजनिङ्सहरू हाल्नै पर्दैन द फ्याक्ट द्याट हि इज मेकिङ इट प्योरली फ्रम सियर लभ द्याट इट सेल्फ मेक्स द फुड डेलिसियस इट स्ट्यान्ड्स आउट सिमिलरली हामीले पनि when we go out to serve our guests, if it comes genuinely from within us, it's flowing within our system, that is what hospitality is all about. त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ हस्पिटालिटीको वेस चाहिँ कहाँबाट स्टार्ट हुन्छ भन्दा आई गिभ यु अ गुड इक्जाम्पल प्र्याक्टिस प्र्याक्टिस एन्ड प्र्याक्टिस द्याट इज द ओन्ली वे टु बिकम अ ट्रु हस्पिटालिटी प्रोफेसन हस्पिटालिटी इट हेज टु बी विदिन योर सिस्टम होइन अब एउटा सिम्पल इक्जाम्पल चाहिँ हामी बच्चा बेलामा पहिला जन्मिँदाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो बिहानै उठेर ब्रस गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा त हामीलाई थाहा थिएन नि त होइन बट अ पेरेन्ट्स केप्ट अन सेइङ एभ्री टाइम हामी अलिकति 2 वर्ष 3 वर्षको हुनु थालेपछि पेरेन्ट्सले बिहानै उठ्ने बित्तिकै चाहिँ ब्रस गराए भन्छ नि त होइन 1 दिन भन्छ 2 दिन भन्छ 3 days 4 days आफ्टर अ वाइल अनि त्यो बच्चाले फेरि उठेपछि ब्रस गर्न थाल्छ क्या अब अहिले आफ्टर सो मेनी इयर्स आइ एम स्योर एभ्रिबडी ब्रसेस होइन दाँत त सबैले मोल्छ होला नि कि मोल्दैन होइन सबैले मोल्छ नि त्यो चाहिँ कसरी भएको भन्दा आजको दिनमा चाहिँ वेन वी वेक अप इन द मर्निङ हामीले त्यो कन्सियसली सोचेकै हुँदैन क्या दाँतै मोल्न जाने भनेर तर फर्स्टमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि द मोमेन्ट यु गेट अप द फर्स्ट थिङ यु वान्ट टु डु इज गो फ्रेसन अप ब्रस यर टिथ even without thinking. You might be thinking about tea, you might be thinking about coffee, you might be thinking about doing something interesting through the day, but unknowingly also you're moving towards the washroom and getting yourself freshen up. That becomes a part of a character. And how do you deliver it? Develop a customer service culture. And I always talk about this. We belong to this industry where service culture is critical. And how do you deliver service? And how do you become a part of the service culture? And how do you define service culture? Service culture is best defined not by reading books, not by doing what the manual has to tell you. It comes from the sheer fact that when you put yourself into the guest's shoes, imagine if you were a guest walking into the restaurant, walking into the bar, sitting on the other side of the bar counter. And imagine how you feel when you sit at the bar counter. Imagine how you feel from the other side of the bar counter. The moment you start to look at it from that point of view, put yourself into the guest's shoes. The moment you start looking at it from that point of view, you have a better understanding about how to deliver good service, how to deliver great service. That is how you develop the whole culture. The second important thing is training. I always speak about this to everyone. In establishment, you have senior people, you have mid-level people, and then you have junior people. I always say the seniors should always guide the juniors. At the same time, the juniors should always be very collaborative with the seniors. It is a family that we work. There is nothing called I'm the rock star and everybody else is secondary. It does not work that ways. If you have your establishment, if you have 20 people, everybody has a role to play. Therefore, everybody contributes. And there should be a whole process of learning from each other. And learning is the most beautiful thing that can happen to human development. There is nothing better than learning. We all learn. This whole process, this moment is a learning process. Because while I might have the opportunity of standing here on stage and being able to talk to you, but in the process, I will be able to learn from at least 200 people who's here present in the forum. And this is a beautiful opportunity. So learning never ends. The whole process of training should always be the core. अनि यो कुरो चाहिँ किन राख्नुपर्छ दिमागमा भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ मैले पनि when I used to work in the Hyatt Hotel in Delhi, my training department was just next to me. I was always very close to my training manager. उहाँबाट धेरै कुरा मैले सिक्यो. कसरी सिक्यो भन्दा चाहिँ I always understood that training was something that I enjoyed. किन भन्दाखेरि ट्रेनिङमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि more than you teach, you learn. त्यो नै ठुलो कुरो हो ट्रेनिङको चाहिँ, हैन? And then learning is such a beautiful journey. And training should always be the core of everything that we do. Bartender ko pani training, and there's like so much to learn from everybody. त्यो world ko best bartender ले दुनियालाई सिकाउने भन्ने कुरा हैन. There are some things, and I'm telling you these examples. मैले travel गर्दाखेरि sometimes I meet very very amateur bartenders and उहाँले एउटा यस्तो ingredient को कुरा गर्दिन्छ मैले जिन्दगीमा नसोचेको कुरा गर्दिन्छ. And then suddenly it opens my eyes and my mind and I see, oh, that is quite an interesting ingredient. त्यसलाई रखेर लगेर यस्तो गर्दाखेरि रमाइलो हुने रहेछ भन्ने कुरा एउटा आफूले सिक्छ क्या. So there is no end to learning, and that should be a process in part of your hospitality. Always be nice, warm and friendly to the surrounding, not only to your guest. हाम्रो चाहिँ के छ भन्दाखेरि गेस्टसँग चाहिँ स्माइल गर्ने अनि कलिगसँग चाहिँ डर्टी पोलिटिक्स गर्ने, त्यो चाहिँ राम्रो हुँदैन. So there is internal customers and there is external customers. Internal customers खुसी भयो भने external customer automatically खुसी हुन्छ. Overall environment has to be positive. This is what I try to do in my bar all the time. I always say, let's create a happy atmosphere to work, a nice, positive atmosphere to work. Right? त्यो चाहिँ smile with each other, teach to each other, and be cooperative with each other, be collaborative. And even if you want to compete with each other, have a healthy competition. Competition is a good thing. Competition नराम्रो हैन. Competition is a good thing because when there is competition, you always do well. You always evolve when there is competition. Competition is a very interesting space to be in. हैन? Competition नै छैन भने मान्छे डेभलपै हुँदैन. The opposition नै strong छैन भने ruling त्यतिकै हुन्छ क्या. त्यसले गर्दाखेरि competition is very important. It will always keep you on your toes and it will help you evolve. है त? Training is important. And last but not least, in our industry, you got to be a good listener. Listen and relate. There's a difference between hearing and listening. Hearing भनेको चाहिँ सुन्यो तर it didn't register in your mind. Listening भनेको चाहिँ you listen and it registers in your mind. That is listening. Because when you listen to your customer, you will be able to deliver a good drink. And I'll give you an example. If you ever get a chance to watch a YouTube channel, there is a thing called 3 bars. त्यसमा पनि मैले I have cited this example. When I used to work, मैले Hyattमा काम गर्दाखेरि, there used to be a gentleman, एउटा regular guest. His name was Mr. Randy Henderson. अनि उसको favorite drink चाहिँ American guy, big guy, strong American businessman. अनि उ चाहिँ जहिले पनि बारमा आएर चाहिँ Jack and Coke. That was his favorite drink. And I was only म त्यति बेला just 1.5 years into the industry. He comes to the bar one day and he says, "Hey Lama, can you fix me your Jack and Coke on the rocks? And if you're a good bartender, you will pour a Jack and Cokes on the rocks." भने क्या मलाई. And then I was a little confused. किन भन्दाखेरि Randy Hendersonले जहिले पनि बारमा आउँदाखेरि Jack and Coke माग्ने. तर this time he said, make me a Jack and Coke, and if you're a good bartender, you will fix me a Jack and Coke on the rocks. I got confused. I said, Mr. Henderson, could you repeat that order once again? Then he goes, says, pour me a Jack and Coke on the rocks, and if you're a good bartender, you will pour me a Jack and Coke on the rocks. And then I said, Mr. Henderson, once again, I'm sorry to say, but could you repeat your order once again? Third time, he said the same thing. Pour me a Jack and Coke on the rocks, and if you're a good bartender, you will pour me a Jack and Coke on the rocks. All three times, all three times he kept on saying, if you are a good bartender, you will pour me a Jack and Coke on the rocks. All the three times. And that order itself gave me a hint that he is asking for something which probably I do not know. And give me a moment. I went to the back area. I called up the room. Mero trainers used to stay in the hotel. He was from Mallorca, Spain ko bartender. And he's senior person. And I phone room. Hey, Laval, Mr. Henderson is at the bar and he wants a Jack and Coke on the rocks. But every time he ordered, he's telling me, if you're a good bartender, you will pour me a Jack and Coke on the rocks. And I ke गर्ने भनेर मैले उलाई सोध्दाखेरि चाहिँ लवालले मोहनले चाहिँ मलाई के भन्यो माथिबाट भन्दा चाहिँ hey Lama, don't worry, just give him a double Jack and a single Coke भने के. So what I did is I went back to the bar, I poured him a double Jack with a single Coke because he was ordering a Jack and Coke, not Coke and Jack. हैन त्यसले गर्दाखेरि listening is very very important. कोही बेला order दिँदाखेरि पनि त्यो listening is so important. It needs to register. There's something tricky about this order भन्ने हुन्छ नि. That's why listening becomes a very, very important aspect of being a true hospitality professional. And why is all of this important? Because it creates a positive customer experience. यो अघि मैले भने training internal customers, happiness amongst each other, sharing and caring amongst each other. यसले एउटा atmosphere यस्तो create गर्छ त्यो घरबाट बारमा जाँदाखेरि पहिल्यै रमाइलो हुने के हे जागिर खानु जाको भनेर त्यो बोरिङ नहुने के हुन्छ नि. So it makes you happy that you're going to an atmosphere where you want to excel. You are learning, you are developing yourself each day. हैन It sets you apart from the competition. अब यहाँ कुरा हुन्छ नि त यति बिघ्न ककटेल बार खोलिसक्यो, यति बिघ्न लाउन्ज बार खोलिसक्यो, यति बेला नाइट क्लब खोलिसक्यो, यति कम्पिटिसन भइसक्यो, अब सर्भाइभ गर्ने गाह्रो हुन्छ भन्छ नि हैन. गाह्रो हुँदैन. If you follow these things, कहिले गाह्रो हुँदैन because you're always ahead because what you offer then is going to be unique. हामीले we always say this to everybody. We always say bartenderलाई पनि हामीले के भन्छ भन्दाखेरि always be original भन्छ के. Never copy paste. Copy paste भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ कस्तो हो भन्दाखेरि it may help you in the beginning but not in the long run. तुरन्त चाहिँ it might give you returns but not in the long run. Survival becomes a problem. But if you're original, जे गर्दाखेरि पनि स्टाइल पनि ओरिजिनल, बोल्ने पनि आफ्नै सबै मान्छेको सबैजनामा एउटा एउटा केही न केही गिफ्ट छ नि त. Some people are very good with their talking, some people are very good with their knowledge, some people are very good with their style, body language, presentation. त्यो सबैको आफ्नो खुबी हो क्या. So how does all of these set you apart from the competition? Because you are a core, you have a certain philosophy, you have a certain principle in your own system, in your own culture of delivering great hospitality. It will always set you apart. Your hospitality is not because I told you smile. And I'll give you an example. Hijo astiko kura ho. Every time I'm sitting, yesterday night I was sitting at the Chinese restaurant over here, and I just saw after a while somebody came up to us and said, the food was good, I know. So that is somebody told you to do it. It didn't come from you within. It has to come naturally, and that is something that the culture that we need to create. Okay, it helps you to build strong relationship, and more than anything else, it reflects upon your brand. हामीले hospitality को कुरा गर्दाखेरि इन्डियामा when you enter a Taj hotel, there is something about the Taj that sets it different. There's a certain different feeling. At the same time, you enter inside a Oberoi hotel, त्यसको आफ्नै आइडेन्टिटी छ क्या. Oberoi hotel आफ्नै त्यो लबीमा पस्ने बित्तिकै you can get this feeling that oh I'm inside a Oberoi property भन्ने हुन्छ क्या. Similarly, when you enter inside a ITC hotel, लबीबाट थाहा भइहाल्छ. There is something different about those hotels. Similarly, when you enter inside a Hyatt property, they're all hospitality hotel brands only. तर सबैको आफ्नो आइडेन्टिटी छ क्या, brand identity. That is very important. Today, in India, when people talk about Yangdup Lama, there's a certain, everybody knows a Yangdup Lama ko style hai yasto ho bhanera. It has to be one unique style of yours. That is your brand. And that is how you emerge as a true hospitality professional. Last but not the least, I just want to end up this by saying, true hospitality comes straight from the heart. There are no shortcuts. यो हाम्रो इन्डस्ट्रीमा सर्टकट भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ छँदै छैन. म चोरबाट लिएर छिटो पुग्ने भन्ने कुरा आउँदैन. चोरबाट लियो कि त त्यो चिप्लेर लडिहाल्छ हैन. अनि चोरबाट लिने चाहिँ कुरा आउँदैन. You have to take the path and take it very diligently. That is the whole process about being a true hospitable person. That's why I always say true hospitality comes straight from the heart. It has to come within yourself. Cocktail बनाउँदा पनि मनबाटै बनाउने. So much so that हुन्छ नि कोही बेला गेस्ट आएर रक्सी टन्न खाएर झ्याप्पै भएर दिमागै खराब गरिदिन्छ नि हैन. त्यति बेला त्यो गेस्टलाई गाली गर्दाखेरि मनबाटै गरिदिने के. So the idea is whatever you do it straight from the heart. Okay? And with that, I would like to conclude my little presentation, and I hope you learned something from here. There's some takeaway for each one of you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.